Hello, my little gothlings. If this is your first time here, hi, welcome. My name is Yoseline. We're gonna do a little get ready with me today. I have been a little MIA, but let me just say, it has been so hot this summer. I feel like I have no energy in me to do anything, but the fall is just around the corner. So I feel like that's when I really come alive and I can be the most present. But also, let this be a reminder to show up however you can. Like, for example, I did not want to do this video because my skin was breaking out pretty bad compared to usual, we'll say, and I just was not feeling my best. But you know what? We showed up, we did our best, and that's all you can really do sometimes. Anyways, let's get into the makeup. Did our skincare, prepped everything nice and juicy so I can be looking like a little glazed donut. And now we're gonna be doing some spot concealing. I also should probably get like actual color correcting colors, but sometimes concealer is enough. And so we're literally just tapping this into the skin. I'm not really buffing it out too much. I'm not worrying about that because once I actually go in with the foundation right now, it's gonna all blend in beautifully. And as you guys can see, I am using the NARS foundation. This one specifically is like the one that has a little bit of skincare in it too. I think there's two versions that are like practically identical other than that, just so you guys know. But I love this one. This is one that I will always go back to. Oh my gosh, my cat's stretching her little legs. Sorry, I get distracted so easily, but do not forget to put foundation on your ears. It's one of those things that you don't think about, but it really does make a difference. And so again, I have been loving to put a little bit of this contour under my eyes. I already have kind of like dark under eyes, so I don't know. I feel like I'm using this step as kind of a color correcting thing. I feel like it ends up making everything look a lot brighter, or just whatever I put there, there's just like a better blend overall between my contour in this area. I just love it. Okay, it's a step that I have been really enjoying lately. And something that you will see me doing throughout my makeup process is I always like to first go in, load up my brush with product, stamp everything where it needs to be, and then I go back again. Oh, here, hold on. Do not bring your contour past your eye right there, okay? Do not bring it past that. If not, it will just look really droopy. It will not be cunt, all right? Anyways, I like to stamp things in place and then go back and blend it out once there's like a little bit less product on there. Or even right now, like I'm getting a completely different brush to blend this out, and then that way it just doesn't get like muddy. I don't know, it just looks like, it looks very effortless. It looks like a nice gradient everywhere, right? And yes, I am bringing my contour up into my brows and inner eyes because that's just gonna help blend everything seamlessly. Also, even if you're not someone who's into like posting online, you should definitely record yourself doing your makeup. Last time I did this, I realized I could use a lot more blush. So this is what we're gonna do. Again, we are just pressing everything into one area. I'm giving clown, but she's cute. It's all right, guys. We're just gonna make sure that we wipe off any of the excess product on the back of our hands and then go back in, blend out those edges. And if you end up blending too much and it gets super, super light, guess what? You can always go back in and add more blush, but you can't take any, well, I guess in makeup you can take some away, so I don't want to say that, but it is a lot easier to just build the product up versus having to go back and fix your error. And as you can see, I keep going to the back of my hand or my little palette just to get more of whatever product I need to and help really marry everything together. Oh, quick tip, I have not been putting the concealer directly on my eyes or the areas where it folds on my eyelid, just because I feel like it really gets lodged into the creases there. So I've been putting it kind of above the lid. And so if you just love to listen to me and haven't actually been paying attention, I need you to actually pay attention right now. Lock in, babe, lock in. We're gonna do a little tippy tap number on our Laura Mercier powder. Put that all on the cap. We are loading, I mean loading our little powder puff up with the powder and then getting a little bit of the excess off, putting it to the side. Put it to the side, don't worry about it. And now we are going to put our face down and look up with our eyes. I like to do that. I feel like it just eliminates as many creasage or creasing, sorry, creasing under my eyes. And then I go in with my little, I don't know, face sponge, I don't know what you want to call it, and blend that out. And this is why we already have our powder puff loaded up with the loose setting powder, because I didn't have to look around, crease my under eyes or anything. I could just go directly in. And what I really like about this setting powder, I don't know if you guys can see, but I feel like there's a little bit of a shimmer or shine there. I don't know, I love it. And we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing to the other eye. I know it seems a little bit repetitive, but I feel like this is something that has changed the game for me in terms of just not getting as bad of creasing under my eyes, because I feel like that was something that really used to bother me a lot, or I just like struggled with it a lot. And I've had kind of like creasing my whole life. It's not something that I've had more in my adulthood. Like even as a kid, my under eyes were creased. Anyways, I am pretty much just setting my under eyes and kind of this little triangle on my forehead with the powder puff. And then the rest of my face, I'm gonna be using this big fluffy brush. And again, we are mainly just tapping this in and not really like dragging the powder everywhere because I don't want it to move. I just want it to set my cream products in place. And I know it looks like I'm being super aggressive with my face, but I promise you she is being genteel. Do a little bit of the Fix Plus, and we're gonna get out a very reasonable size fan and dry our face because I seriously drenched the hell out of it. This is my Boulet Brothers fan. I love her. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I am manifesting them somehow seeing this video or just seeing my videos and being like, wow, who's this cute little Latina girl? And then it'll be me and they'll see that I love them too. Anyways, I am using, once again, the Makeup by Mario Master Neutrals palette. This has been my jam lately. I don't have to think too much. I can create like a really cute look and not do anything too crazy at the same time. And so what we're doing here is we are mainly focusing the eyeshadow kind of in this little triangle in our outer eyes, not necessarily on the lid, but we are blowing that out. And I'm using a big, thicker, fluffier brush at first. And the smaller my brush gets, the darker the color I'm using as well. As of right now, it's still, I think, MN4 and MN5, just because we are doing the inner corner and I'm not trying to get this all over my lid. But again, with the big fluffy blush, go ahead, blow that out, and we're just getting the tiniest bit right under our eyes. And I just want to show you a little example of what I mean. We've got the big fluffy brush slowly going down to a smaller brush, smaller and even smaller. So side by side, it's not a huge difference, but I promise when you're blending it out, it definitely is. And so we're gonna go ahead and deepen this eye look a little bit more. And so in the very inner corner, that's where we're gonna put the darker shades and go ahead and blend that out with the next brush up. And something you will notice about me is I will go back and forth with my makeup a million times. This honestly takes me like 2 hours and you guys are only getting like 16 minutes of it, right? But I am taking my sweet time. I am stamping the colors in and then again, going back with the next size up brush. Oh yeah, I forgot Juan came in. But going up with the next size up brush and blending it all out. Actually, really quick, I want to take this opportunity to remind you guys to take a little snacky snack break, take a little drink break. Please make sure you are eating something. Even like when you're doing your makeup, I always will take a snack break because again, this takes me a long time. Why? Because I like to take my sweet time, right? But please make sure you are eating. Okay, back to the tutorial. We are blending out that little triangle we kind of just stamped in. And again, this is with the lighter shade and we are slowly building up the product. There's no need to rush this. If you feel confident that you can just like super stamp everything in, blend it all at once, amazing. Do that. I love it. Also, I don't know if this is just a me thing, but I do this all the time. I will kind of cup the side of my face and check from all angles, like just where the shadows hit to make sure that everything is super symmetrical. Like I will go crazy if my makeup's not symmetrical. And so we are continuing to deepen this look, give it a little bit more intensity. I am pretty much just focusing these darker colors, or the darker the color is, the closer it is to my eye, you know, like it's not as blown out all over the lid. Also, I kind of feel like next time I do a makeup video, maybe I will just be talking to you guys directly because sometimes it's a little hard to keep up with me because right now, even there, that little brush that I just used, there's no product on it. I'm mainly just using that to blend everything out and I'm not adding anything else. And I guess that's another really good tip. You always want to have a brush or two that have zero product on them just so that you're not intensifying things too much, or if you make a mistake, you can just lightly take some things off, you know? And so as you can see, we are finally to our itty bitty skinny little brush. And I've noticed for my A shape, I've really liked to kind of start on my lower lash line and kind of flick it up with this straight brush. And that has helped me create like a really nice kind of smoky winged liner effect. And I don't know if you could tell there, but I am kind of just tip tapping the inner corner ever so lightly because I don't want this to get too crazy. In my head, this is still very natural. I know I'm like using straight up black, but this is natural, all right? And again, like always, I am going back and forth with all of my brushes just to really blend this out. And we are carving out those brows first with that smaller kind of dense brush. And again, with a fluffier brush, we are blending it out. And with that dense brush, we're gonna go ahead and carve the other side of the black shadow. And that's just gonna kind of really intensify where the black already is and just kind of create this little bit of a crisper line, shall I say? Not too crisp though, not too crispy with it, not Krispy Kreme, but there will be contrast. And so again, we are stamping it in and really concentrate the white shadow in the very inner corner, and with our fluffy brush, blend that bitch out. And honestly, that you're done there if you really want to be. I would just set your eyes so they don't start creasing from that concealer, or we could use some half magic. And to be completely honest, I think this might be the only thing that I've tried tried from Half Magic, but I love it. So I would honestly get it again. This is Blushing Lizard, and look at her. Is she not super gorgeous? She just gives you this really beautiful wet look, and I love. And with a little tiny brush, we're gonna go ahead and just dab that right under our eyes, and I feel like it just gives you this very dreamy vibe, right? Also, before I move on to the mascara, I want to make sure I finish the rest of my face because I am going to set it one more time, so I just don't want anything running. And in case I didn't say this before earlier, the reason that I mainly set right under my eyes and kind of in that triangle above my forehead is just because I really don't think we need to be putting all of this excess powder on there if we don't need to. I'm already going to be adding, like you just saw, the powder contour. I'm going to be adding the powder blush, the powder highlight. So I am not too worried about oversetting that or putting too much powder there. If we don't need to put any makeup there, we don't need to add all those extra layers. I feel like that's just sometimes how things can get too cakey, at least in my opinion. Ooh, also, I would love a highlight and contour palette recommendation if you guys have some, or more so a powder one. I don't really want to know any liquid ones. I want powder recommendations. I feel like I have a lot of really good liquid products that I enjoy, but I'm not sure I'm loving the powders. And so we have finally got to the brows. I'm using the gel cream liner very lightly, and in any areas that I feel like I need to fix it up, I'm just using a flat brush with absolutely no product on it. But this kind of takes me a hot second because I'm using very light pressure, and whenever I feel like I added way too much product, I can just go ahead and brush through with a little spoolie just to kind of even everything out. I would say that my brows are like the most important part of my makeup, but honestly, if anything does not go right, I'm completely over it and I would just take it all off. So once again, we're doing our little cupping trick and moving on to my my eyeliner. It's honestly kind of funny. This has lasted me, I feel like, a hot year or so now because all I use it for is just my beauty marks. And as of right now, I am using the Inglot gel liner to line my waterline, and I love it. I love it. But I do feel like throughout the day it does run. And I have seen some people talk about the Makeup Forever eye pencils and those being super creamy. I don't know. I like something about a gel, right? Either way, it makes a huge difference when you actually line your eyes. You could also do like a white in the, or like a cream nude color in your waterline and kind of make your eyes look a little bit bigger. But I feel like I have just been loving the black in the waterline lately. It just looks super edgy and cool. And when it comes to my lashes, the main thing that I need you guys to pay attention to. Oh, actually, this has been my girl. I've been watching her videos a bunch lately. Kathleen Illustrated. It's just so much fun, all right? What I've noticed for me, I genuinely find enjoyment in just watching people work on arts and crafts or talking about it. Like, that is some of my favorite shit. Anyways, main thing that you guys need to know about my lashes is I curl them at the base, the middle, and end. And honestly, the best mascara, like my favorite mascara, is this Apple by Apple. I don't know, dude. My mom has been using this mascara ever since I was a little kid, and I remember for a while she'd be like, oh yeah, I get it in Mexico. But I see it at other stores now too. Anyways, what I'm trying to get at is this mascara is so thick and dark, and it really gives me those kind of like spider like lashes that I like. Like, I like me a thick and juicy lash. I want it to look like little bug legs. And this is literally just one layer. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, baby. And you know what? I'm gonna take this opportunity to talk a little shit because everyone and their mom was going crazy. I think it might have been for the Charlotte Tilbury like mascara, and it was supposed to be super thick and super dark. That shit's expensive for no reason. It's not even that dark. I feel like I applied a million layers just for my lashes to fall, and again, it was not dark like I needed it to be. Anyways, that's my little soapbox for the day. But this liner, this lip liner, total taupe by Makeup Forever. I guess I should try out their eyeliner because I do really like their lip products. This I feel like is the perfect shade for me because sometimes I think it's stone, or maybe it's like something cacao. I think sometimes those are just a little bit too cool toned on me, and sometimes they pull gray. And if I'm going for that look, for sure. But for the everyday nice and chill look, I love this. I feel like it's a nice chocolatey brown kind of look. It's not too dark, not too light, just perfect. And then you go ahead and pair that with Wherever Walnut and Blankety from MAC, and gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Now, has this been my go-to look for the summer? Yes, it has. And what? Once it's fall, we'll move on to something else, but you like what you like. But as you guys can see, makeup is finished. I just got to do my hair, and then we will be back together once again. And so here she is, final look. Real cutesy. You could definitely add a lot more black to this, make it a lot deeper, a lot richer, a lot more intense. Or you can go ape shit. You can go ape shit crazy. Add even more blushing lizard. Why not? I feel like nobody wants to have fun. I mean, me included, I feel like I haven't done anything crazy, but nobody wants to have fun with makeup anymore. Like, I don't know if you guys remember this. Remember back in the day when we were using all the fun, different colored highlights and we would just put that everywhere? Like, look at how stunning this is. This is so gorgeous. And the thing is, I literally just stay home. I'm not going out. I'm not doing anything crazy with this makeup. I'm just living my life. And every time I pass by a mirror, I'm like, wow, she's just so beautiful. Look at that blue glow from within. Totally natural, right? And I know what you're thinking. Oh, surely we are stopping here. We're not doing anything else. But honestly, why stop here? Why not add even more? Why don't we just bathe in this, to be honest? But for real, look, I added a second little layer of this to my eyes, and this is just intensifying that wet look. Oh my gosh. And I thought, you know what? Why don't we just do a little dab on the nose? Maybe even some on the lips, or maybe even a lot on the lips if we're already doing it, you know, who cares? No, but honestly, I haven't put this kind of like shimmer on my lips in like 10 years, to be completely honest with you. So I feel like it makes me feel very nostalgic. And this time for real, this is the final look. I'll make sure I'll bring you guys all up close and personal with me so you can see everything. Again, I feel like we could have gone a little bit darker, but I don't know, I wanted a more natural look today. And again, natural question mark? Yes, babe, yes, this is natural to me. Oh, also before I leave you guys, I just want to say thank you so much. I just checked my YouTube and I'm at 304 followers. That's super exciting to me. Like, I genuinely could not be more grateful for every single one of you that is here. Just know the support does not go unnoticed, and I will talk to you guys soon, okay? Love you, bye!